you generate information and knowledge upon integration, and you would like to share that information. The cadence, it generates known moments of forced interaction.
I warned you guys at the end of the last episode, I was going to feel naughty this episode, and I'm going to feel naughty because I love Cadence and I hate Cadence. If you look at this through a purely lean lens and you look at something like a sprint or a PI, it's a batching mechanism for introduction of work to the system. In the beginning, that can be super powerful. And then after a little bit over a year, they turned around to me one day and they said, Mark, the sprint just feels like a batching mechanism. We get towards...
Because it is. Sorry.
The dev teams turned up to PR planning for an hour to go, this is when the features are dropping. And that was literally the entirety of PR planning for them because they'd eliminated the need for the forcing function of the cadence.
Maybe you need people who just do it instead of talking about. So we are good trainers, maybe good consultants, but I had a huge impact when I worked in the role I coached, and then show them it's possible if you are not the person who works operative, because you're the coach or the consultant, care for having people in the team who are able to show this to the others, who are role models, who show that the lean thinking, the agile thinking is possible and brings tangible results.
But then there's the flip side of variability, which is the customer going to like it? Is the customer going to respond to it the way we thought they were going to respond to it? You know, this notion of going, can I put myself on a rhythm that's actually driving me towards regular moments where I can get real feedback?
A really important thing is if you compare the trains in Switzerland, trains in Germany, why are they in time and the others are not? And it's really one important thing. If you want to have cadence, you need some kind of a buffer.
I really grew I empathize with managers. Why? Because there is still a long-term sort of milestone planning that is in place. At certain moments in time, you will have to release your product. There's a market window there. Did we promise anything? I mean, if I'm a chip designer, did I promise anything to, let me just call Samsung. Samsung, huge phone developer. Did we promise anything to Samsung that we would include a certain functionality in the chip, but now, you know, we don't have time anymore? So would they accept that?
It would be very unagile of them not to accept it, Ali.
Yes. I would like to throw in, trust is not given, trust has to be earned.
What a customer tells you they'll do and what they do are usually very different things. And you only find out when it's in their hands.
I'm working with 2 clients now. One is producing aircraft. The other one is producing kitchen appliances, washing machines, right? A washing machine compared to an aircraft sounds easy, right? But even there you have regulations. You don't sell. You can damage your brand if you do the wrong stuff. It might be adaptable to where you are on the life cycle of a product.
It's about learning. And the only way to learn is to show something in production. I don't care if you can deliver in time. If this thing is, oh, what's a nice word for shit? It's not usable, then you want nothing. So I really have, I need a system demo. And I think that's the important thing, showing that the thing works.
Can you integrate? And do you do that very frequently in a cadence? Yes, then that generates learning and so forth and so forth. Und so weiter und so weiter.
Our art addresses bottlenecks in the value stream because cadence, for me, is a helpful thing to detect those bottlenecks as soon as possible.
I want to challenge you first. Addressing bottleneck sounds a little bit like finger pointing. You're the bottleneck. I found the bottleneck. You're doing bad stuff. So it's not really the most important one, Mark.
I love pointing fingers, Nico.
Oh, perfect.
You've found the villain who's stopping agile. Point the finger and throw a party. Right.
That's the Aussie way.